The first chapter of More Than a Married Couple, But Not Lovers thrusts readers into the chaotic world of Jiro, a socially awkward high school student whose life revolves around video games and unspoken affection for his childhood friend, Sakurazaka Shirori, a reserved yet perceptive girl whose quiet demeanor masks a lingering connection to their shared past. Their interactions are tinged with nostalgia and unacknowledged tension, exemplified when Shirori gently chides Jiro for addressing her formally by her surname, urging him to use her first name, a small but significant gesture that underscores the emotional distance between them, a gap widened by Jiro's inability to articulate his feelings. This delicate dynamic is abruptly disrupted by the school's announcement of the couple practical, an institutionalized tradition that forces third-year students into simulated marriages, pairing them as temporary spouses who must cohabit in monitored apartments under strict surveillance, their interactions graded monthly by an opaque system that rewards performative romance over genuine connection. The program's rules are draconian. Rooms are secured with fingerprint locks, cameras monitor unsatisfactory behavior, and points are deducted for failures to meet undefined standards of marital harmony, reducing relationships to a transactional game where top-ranked pairs, a rank, earn the privilege of switching partners, while lower ranks face academic repercussions, framing love as a commodity to be optimized rather than a natural emotional experience. Jiro, initially dismissive of the program, becomes ensnared in its absurdity when he learns his odds of being paired with Shirori, his secret crush, are a dismal 1 in 75, a statistical improbability that crushes his fragile hopes and instead pairs him with Watanabe Akari, a vivacious and polarizing classmate whose bold fashion sense, sharp tongue, and unapologetic confidence clash violently with Jiro's introverted nature. Akari, introduced through the gossip of classmates who label her vulgar and easy for her provocative style and outgoing personality, immediately becomes a foil to Shiori's quiet elegance, embodying everything Jiro fears and resists in social interactions. Yet their forced cohabitation under the couple practicals rules becomes the catalyst for both comedic friction and unexpected vulnerability. The chapter's humor derives from the absurdity of their situation. Jiro, a self-professed virgin with no romantic experience, must navigate faux marital duties with Akari, who mocks his timidity while masking her own insecurities, their interactions oscillating between slapstick arguments, such as Akari's frustration over Jiro's inability to perform a simple corners-of-the-mouth kiss for points, and fleeting moments of raw honesty, as when Akari admits her own desperation to secure an A rank, to reunite with someone she genuinely cares for, hinting at hidden layers beneath her brash exterior. Meanwhile, Shirori lingers on the periphery of Jiro's life, her presence a haunting reminder of what could have been, her quiet sadness palpable when she witnesses Jiro and Akari's awkward partnership, though her own motivations remain enigmatic, suggesting unspoken regrets or unresolved feelings that add depth to her character. The school's surveillance mechanisms, including cameras in shared spaces and invasive point deductions for unsatisfactory behavior, amplify the narrative's critique of societal pressures to conform to romantic ideals, reducing intimacy to a performance judged by unseen authorities, a metaphor for the real-world scrutiny faced by young people navigating love in an age of social media and rigid expectations. Jiro's internal conflict mirrors this tension. He resents the program's artificiality yet yearns for Shiori's approval, while Akari, though outwardly rebellious, reveals a pragmatic streak, viewing the couple practical as a means to an end, a game to be mastered rather than a genuine emotional journey. Their dynamic evolves through a series of escalating confrontations and reluctant collaborations, such as when Akari drags Jiro into a humiliating public display of affection to salvage their dwindling points, a scene that balances cringeworthy comedy with subtle character growth as Jiro begrudgingly acknowledges Akari's resourcefulness, even as he bristles at her methods. The chapter also introduces secondary characters like Minami-kun, a handsome classmate whose effortless charm and apparent indifference to the couple practical highlight Jiro's insecurities, and Jina-chan, a gaming buddy whose online camaraderie contrasts with Jiro's isolation in the real world, underscoring the theme of escapism versus engagement. As the narrative progresses, the line between performance and authenticity blurs. Jairu and Akari's mock arguments begin to reveal genuine frustration and vulnerability, such as when Akari accuses Jairu of judging her based on rumors, a moment that forces him to confront his own prejudices, while Jairu's defensive sarcasm masks a growing awareness of Akari's complexity, her boldness a shield for her own fears of rejection. The chapter's climax arrives during a heated argument in their apartment, where Akari's frustration over their low ranking erupts into a demand for immediate intimacy, a kiss, to boost their score, a confrontation that devolves into physical comedy as Jairu panics and Akari mocks his inexperience, their clash emblematic of the program's absurd demands and the characters' mutual desperation. Yet beneath the farce lies a poignant truth. Both are trapped in a system that commodifies their emotions, their struggle to navigate the couple practical reflecting broader anxieties about authenticity in a world that values appearances over substance. The final pages hint at future conflict and growth. Shiori's quiet observation of Jairu and Akari's partnership suggests simmering jealousy or regret, while Akari's cryptic comment about winning for the sake of those we like implies unresolved backstory and hidden motives, setting the stage for deeper exploration of her character. Jairu, meanwhile, remains torn between his lingering attachment to Shiori and his begrudging connection to Akari, a tension that promises to drive the narrative forward as the couple practical stakes escalate. Through its blend of exaggerated humor, emotional candor, and incisive social critique, Chapter 1 establishes more than a married couple, but not lovers as a story that transcends its rom-com trappings, using the absurdity of its premise to explore universal themes of love, identity, and the pressure to perform in a world that often values the illusion of happiness over its messy reality. The chapter's closing scenes, a chaotic mishap where Jairu accidentally tackles Akari, leading to a moment of uncomfortable proximity, capture the series' tonal balance, juxtaposing physical comedy with undercurrents of genuine emotional tension, leaving readers both laughing and introspective, eager to see how these characters will navigate the blurred lines between pretense and truth in the chapters to come.